So CoCreate is a collaboration residency that was created by Otherwise Studios and Bumaroo, who are two organizations based in Guelph that base their entire models off of bringing people together in the community.
We wanted to find this perfect opportunity to allow artists to continue creating together during a pandemic.
And so we decided to throw something together where we could pair up different artists from different disciplines to work together on collaborative creative projects.
It was such a treat how little moderating we had to do with most of the groups. Most of the groups got together and just went at it and ended up creating some amazing works.
This is our first check-in, and basically how we wanted to use this first check-in is to kind of go over how you've been communicating with one another and what you've kind of brainstormed, where you're at.
I was thinking that we could start out independently, and I write a song based of the character and she creates a character sculpture, and then we switch.
I've done call and response things before in collaborations, and I love it because you get the other person's input and perspective, and you're communicating, but you're also sort of working with your own sort of ebb and flow of creativity.
We both know like what we want it, obviously, our outcome to be, but I think I want to be able to bring both sides together.
I've been like trying to build ideas off this idea of corrupted imagery. So we've been talking about like the term overexposed, that like in sound terms that would be oversaturated, like a little bit distorted. So I've been trying to work with that kind of lo-fi distorted vibe.
Okay, so it's basically we're throwing an outdoor social distance forest party.
Whoa, that's so cool!
Yeah, that's
great. Yay, see, this is why I knew you two would be great together.
The matchmaking process of CoCreate was actually a lot of fun. We had a bunch of applicants that submitted some questionnaires, and we took a look at their interests, what they wanted to get out of the program, and some of the things they enjoy about other disciplines of art. And so what we did, and we kind of have this down to a science, we used a big spreadsheet and paired up all the sort of like-minded individuals that applied, and we came out with something really great.
I think right off the bat, this is one that kind of got me a bit excited because it just seemed so made in heaven.
These two are like, they seem like really well connected. That's awesome.
Yeah. She's delightful. I met her for the first time yesterday. We were emailing and then we finally connected.
Plus, he's just really good at writing songs and already has two, and we just an EP makes sense.
Leah creates such like magical music-scapes with her voice. It's like, yeah, I think that will bring a lot of the like earthy magic.
We're pretty freaking pleased with what's going on with the music and stuff.
Just reaching out to someone over the internet's kind of a scary thing sometimes. So this helped facilitate that. Helped put people that we thought would work well together, kind of matchmaking style, and you know, we ended up with some pretty cool stuff.
So because of COVID-19, a majority of the correspondence between the participants was digital, which came with its own set of challenges.
Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, I think he might be frozen.
I don't think he's staying that still. That would be like pretty impressive.
It was really interesting to see the solutions that people came up with to not being able to physically work together. And even in spite of people's limitations because of the pandemic, people found really creative ways to make something beautiful.
Because the residency is virtual, a lot of people had to set up their own home studios and recording spaces. We didn't have a physical space that people could come to necessarily to do the residency itself. A lot of it was dependent on people being able to create within their own spaces, within their own homes. So we actually got a sort of behind-the-scenes look through our Instagram Takeover series, where we're able to see some of the home recording studios that people built, or some of the painting and art studios that people built out of their homes.
Are you in your studio right now?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
AKA my parents' basement.
Don't undersell it. Don't undersell your studio.
Yes.
This project was really cool because we got to see people adapt and use whatever they had at their disposal.
Because I'm actually curious to see like how it works too.
It's very, I took some photos of it. It's basically an easel duct taped to the floor with my camera kind of duct taped to that, and then another easel. So
Gotta love duct tape.
One of the things that made me really happy was to see so many of the artists in the program reaching out of their own personal disciplines. We saw people with backgrounds in music or poetry trying their hand at visual art mediums. We also saw, a lot of our musical artists experimenting with different kinds of like field sound recordings and stuff. And so we ended up with a lot of really unique projects that really gave a lot of the artists an opportunity to sort of stretch out of their comfort zone and try some new stuff out and have somebody to share that experience with.
So a lot of the participants had the opportunity to record here at our Bumaroo HQ. We built a safe recording zone for everyone, and they had access to all of our mixing expertise and recording facilities.
And with Otherwise Studios, they were able to bring people into their studio space to provide them with materials, with guidance, to provide them just the space to create. And I think that combined, the resources that we brought to the program for residents made it a really great experience for them.
The goals that we set out were to find artists that were eager and excited to be creative during this time. We wanted to showcase those artists and kind of highlight the things that they were working on in CoCreate and also outside of the residency. And we wanted to find ways to connect people. And I think we found some interesting ways of doing that.